When she rejects you, I want you to do this immediately, especially if she's still acting interested. I know it can be confusing when a woman is trying to get your attention and she is texting you, but then she rejects you. And then like on her time, she asks you out and you're like, what do I do here? It's like a mind, you know what. And so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do immediately to get her attention, but not only to get her attention, but to shift the power and to get control back into your hands. Because typically when a woman is acting as though she's interested, but she rejected you, it's a couple of reasons. Number one, it's because you're playing it too easy and you got into kind of more of the friend zone and she doesn't feel that need and that desire to kind of jump your bones, right? And then the second one is really because of the fact that maybe we were overbearing or we came across as trying to make this work too much and we became too available as well. So even though those two can resemble each other, I'm going to walk you through how to get yourself out of here. So if you're in this weird kind of spiral with a woman, I want you to stay here in this video because I'm going to teach you how to get out of it. And also I'm going to teach you the reasons why women do this. So stay tuned. Hi, everybody. My name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relationship, and life coach for men. I've been doing this work for over 9 years now, and I'm very proud to say that we have hundreds of testimonials with men in great marriages and relationships as well. You can check them out below. This is part of my work and I love what I do. So if you are new here, please feel free to click that subscribe button right now. And my fellow subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Click that like button and let's get started. Okay, let's get right into it. The first thing you need to do is pull back, okay? The reason why you need to pull back is because of the fact that she already knows that she has your attention. So the reason why she kind of acts interested but then rejects you is because she comes to you for validation, plain and simple. People as humans, we like to have validation, especially in the places that we can get it. So it boosts our confidence. It does so much. And I think that's the most important part is like when you pull back, you might say to yourself, she just needs more time maybe, or maybe if I'm just nice and I'm just around and I'm available for her, she'll finally choose me, which is obviously not the case, gentlemen. This is not how attraction works. You want to be that guy that's a great man, of course, but you also want to have boundaries and a stable foundation of your purpose within integrity of yourself. And so a lot of men lack this piece in attraction and they think that they just have to be this great man with good looks. Yes, good looks get you further, of course, okay? But good looks also can damage you if you don't know how to do attraction, which I've worked with men before. Another reason why also too you need to pull back is because she still keeps you around because of maybe her ego, right? You pat her ego a lot. You're available when she wants to go out to dinner or when she wants to do something different. You are emotionally available for her to talk about her ex-boyfriends or something she's going through in her own personal life right now. And so you become more of that crutch. You become more of that rock. It's not enough to get into attraction into a relationship, but it's enough for a woman to say like, why can't I just like him? He's such a good guy, right? And she might say that sometimes to her girlfriends, or she might say, oh, the attraction's just there. It's just, the spark is just not there. And so when we talk about the spark, the reason why the spark is not there is because of the fact that many times when we get into dating, we don't pace ourselves, or we try to make it like this mechanical way of attraction where we're trying to do tasks 1, 2, and 3. You might find yourself then falling into a friend zone, and we really truly don't know how to attract the other sex, plain and simple. And so one of the things that I really, really, really want you to understand, men, is that attraction will only work when you understand how confidence works within yourself, okay? And so many times we can shift blame and say, oh, it's because of my looks. Well, yeah, maybe it is. So why don't we lose that weight? Why don't we invest in a new wardrobe? Why don't we get some good facial products? Why don't we try to look at some good hair routines, right? Why don't we take care of ourselves in that type of way? Because many times we think as humans, because we are human, we deserve love. But love is something you have to work for the outside and on the inside as well, gentlemen. And I'm going to do a whole nother video about like the whole thing about attraction versus male versus woman. Okay. And I want you to understand that when we go into a relationship and you have to pull back, there's a reason why you have to pull back. And generally it's because you gave too much. And you can be thinking, well, why don't I give too much? Why is that such a bad thing, Apollonia? Well, think about it. In life, when there's scarcity, when something is limited, you want it more, right? Women choose a man based on status, emotional integrity, confidence, charm, charisma, and health in the way they look sometimes, right? So the first 5 can oversee the last 2, but you do have to take care of yourself, guys. So I'm going to be honest with you. You can't expect to find a 10 and for a 10 to like you because of the first 5 if you're a 2. I'm sorry, but I've seen 2s, if we want to put you men on a rating scale, I've seen 2s become 6s or 7s because they lose weight, they invest in themselves, they change their look. And there's so much on YouTube for men to really look at and really start investing in yourself and your hair care and your skin routine. And this is so important. So during this time when you pull back, I would encourage you to do that if you're this type of guy. But understand, man, that you cannot win a woman over in time. Okay. This is just feeding her cycle of validation by you saying that I can win her over in time. It doesn't work like this. Okay. What will work is when you become a limited option. And so I want you to think about the things that got you here. So it could be, you were her emotional rug. You became emotionally too available. So you're solving her problems. Maybe you're even giving her money. Maybe you're helping her through another relationship. Maybe you're always responding. And so you have this notion of, I need to be this better guy than she probably already has in her life, or I need to be a great man so I can show her that I'm going to be able to support her, right? And this is where we go about attraction completely wrong. Yes, women want support from a man, but women will never admit it, but support is not supposed to be earned and entitled to a woman in the beginning stages of dating. Sorry, women, it's just not for any women that are watching. And you can court her like paying dates and taking her out and doing all that. But when we go more than that is when it becomes a problem. So I want you to understand that if you pull back, she will come forward, especially if there's some attraction that is still there, and especially if you have something that she wants in a man, okay? And so the thing that you are lacking, though, because she rejected you, is you are not scarce right now. And so I want you to know that when she comes forward, it doesn't mean that that's when you give her the attention. It doesn't mean that that's when you come and you're just like, okay, like, let me take you out. No, not at all. Now, the point is, and step 2 is you need to make her work for it. So for example, if she's like, hey, you've been acting different, I want to see you. You can write her back and be like, oh, I have. If you want to see me, prove it. Or if you want to see me, send me a cute photo. Right? Challenge her to give you something at this point. This is so important. And also too, like, don't be so quick to respond. And let's say that she calls you out and she says something like, she comes forward after you pulled back and she said something like, oh, why are you acting different? I'm not acting different at all, just focusing on some things that I need to focus on. Why? What's up? Now you become the limited option for her. You have to understand that if a woman is going to be attracted to you and you have all your cards on deck, what else does she have to work for? So we need to take back those cards and say, I'm a great man. I have a lot going in my life. I'm focusing on me, my purpose. I gave in too easily. Let me just press the restart button. I'm going to pull back and I'm going to let her come to me. And in the process of letting her come to me, if attraction is still there, she's going to continue to come to me. But if attraction was never there in the first place and she was really just using you, she won't, and you just did yourself a favor. So I'm going to give you 4 ways to change this around, especially for you. So number 1 is I want you to stop validating her. You're going to stop validating her. You're stop giving her attention. You're going to stop responding to her texts, and you're going to make your texts scarce, basically. And so every once in a while, you'll respond to her text. Yeah, this can feel like a game because it is. Because you have to understand that this is a game that she's playing too. But in order to chop the game, you have to also be able to conquer what is the most important thing, and that is you being okay with letting her go and not being your only option. And also for you to understand that you have what it's worth to be with this woman if you are a man of value, and that you just gave in too easily, and now you're going to pull it back. It's not that you are playing with her emotions or being a bad guy. You're not. But you're standing up for yourself. And that's what I want you to understand when it comes to the healthy game, quote unquote. Number 2 is you can't be so easy to just say yes to her. And you can't be so easy to be fixated on controlling the outcome with her. You have to understand there's a point of attraction where you can be infatuated with a woman. You can really like a woman, but you focus so much on making something work, you will end up ruining it. And I see it so many times in dating. So let's stop that. So just focus on the things that you can control. And typically it's not another person, it's only you. Number 3 is find ways in your life to become a limited resource, right? So if she still follows you on Instagram, if she texts you, post something with you and your friends that are out. Like you just didn't get to her text yet, and you're not going to text her until maybe tomorrow until you have some free time because she's not a priority in your life right now anymore, right? Maybe post something of you and another girl, like out, and there's a wine glass and a beer, and you take it and you put on your stories. I don't know, right? Think of seeing things that are going to show her that you're a limited resource to her now, right? So for example, if she calls you, let's say you take my advice and you go out with your friends and you post something on social media, when she texts you and she's like, hey, what's up? And you never text her back until the next day. And you're like, hey, what's up? I'm just chilling. How's things going with you? Just totally like whatever, nonchalant. And then she's like, but the old you would have replied and been like, hey, sorry, I was out with my boys last night. That's why I didn't text you back. How are you? You're totally over-explaining yourself, which there's no need to over-explain yourself because you are not her boyfriend and she is not your girlfriend. And she's the one that rejected you. So you want to keep her guessing as well when it comes to stuff like this. You see what I mean, gentlemen? You have to show her that something has changed within you and that now she's guessing, does this man still like me? Because he's not giving me the validation. Is he still interested in me? Because as women, the way that we feel more in our feminine or anything else is because of the fact that we actually have to somewhat work for a man as well, just like you would have to work for a woman. But the difference with a woman is this, is we want to feel validated through a man. We want to feel chosen from a man. But if we get it too soon, it becomes boring. And it's sad to say, but it's the truth, gentlemen. And so number 4, just trust me when I say this, the answer is always going to come. So either she was invested a little bit and this works because you pulled back so well and now she's attracted to you and she wants to be with you and she's kind of like really aiming to talk to you. Now you guys are going out and you notice that she's maybe reciprocating a little bit more. You're giving her time away and you're really doing this ball and dance really well. It's not to say that you have to do it forever, but you have to understand that women are attracted to a man that is not always available to her needs and wants, but also prioritizes his life. And the reason also being because of that is because women choose a man that they find that they can have a stable life with. And so if you make a woman your higher purpose instead of everything else in your life so easily, that's going to trigger a woman biology. I think like just in our bio, in our genes, really, to have a response of a lack of attraction. And this is what a lot of men are missing in understanding attraction. And so I want you to understand that part because that part is the part that can't be faked. And if you do all of this the right way and she never ends up coming to you, well, then guess what? You did yourself a favor because she wasn't interested in you in the first place and she would just end up using you and it would have just been a bad run overall. So with that said, I want you to remember that if this is happening to you all the time and too many times, we need to probably talk. So I'm going to have you text me right below. You can text me personally and see how you can work with me or what's going on in your life, and we can have a conversation to really see what is happening with attraction in you. I think many times men think that this is like a bigger problem, and it's really logical, right? When you really know and understand attraction and the mind of a woman, and it just gets easier. You don't have to understand how we think. You don't have to understand a lot of things about a woman because that will take forever. But what I'm saying is you have to understand attraction when it comes to women. And so that's why I'm here for you guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, tell me what your experience has been with rejection and with women and how you feel about this. As always, remember you're always loved, and let's get to texting. The number is right below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.